Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. One police department in our area could be growing next week. WYLN's Gary Perna has more on the story.
Hazleton Police Chief Jerry Speziale is preparing to add 5 more officers to the force, bringing their total number up to 42 officers. The chief said funding for 40 officers is already in the budget, but 2 of the new officers will be paid for from the COPS grant.
When I wrote the COPS hiring grant, we were at 40 police officers. So there's a formula that COPS uses. In that formula, when you tell them how many officers you have, then they tell you, okay, you're eligible for 2. So what that means is you always have to maintain the 40 plus 2, which they gave us with the $615,000. The 40's already budgeted positions. So you've been operating under budgeted positions. So actually it works out good for us. It's a win-win for us.
Speziale said with adding 5 to the force, they will be putting more boots on the streets to help combat crime.
You know, all of the applicants or the candidates that have been passed are all either part-time or a full-time police officer here in the Commonwealth. So the good news is because they're still working, because they don't have a break in service, their psychological, their medical will all be squared away. The only caveat that they will need to be is to take an oath of office, get retrofitted for a uniform. I've already spoken to Chief Lindacki and Wilkes-Barre to borrow their range next week. If we're unable to get their range, I have an opportunity to get a private range in Wilkes-Barre, and we will do what we have to do to get our people qualified, get them onto it's now electronic, the tax system, because I changed everything over. So everything's electronic for me. I do everything electronically. They do their updates electronically. I put my officers in electronically. So it'll go in within days.
Once the officers are voted on by council and the mayor swears them in, it could take up to 3 months for the officers to be out patrolling the streets of the city of Hazleton.
They will go through field training because we have an extensive 16-week field training program. Sergeant Babula is the field training coordinator. However, because you have experienced police officers, some that are from the city of Hazleton, what will happen is, the last 2 hires that we had, what happened was the reason that they had to go through the full training was they weren't from the city of Hazleton, or they were at one time, or they came back to the city of Hazleton and they just weren't familiar with the streets. So we just wanted to make sure that they were familiar. The people we have in this group are Hazeltonians. So it's a good thing because they know the streets. They also have the experience.
The chief said they have seen an uptick in shots fired calls in the city. The most recent was last night here at the area of the Hazleton Elementary Middle School at 9th and Wyoming. The chief said he is currently trying to bring a program into the city to help detect when shots are fired.
Instead of having somebody call 911, if we use ShotSpotter, the second a gunshot goes off, the car will get it. The location will be mapped in the vehicle. You'll see where the gunshot came from. You'll hear the gunshots and replay it. But we have an extra added. An infrared camera will shoot right on the location. Now you'll see somebody running in a red jacket from the location, or the blue car and the plate.
Right.
You're within seconds compared to within minutes.
The chief said the gunshot detection system is currently in use in Paterson, New Jersey, where the chief worked before coming to Hazleton. Speziale said when they used it in Paterson, they had great success, and Chicago has recently acquired one as well. The system costs about $400,000, and the chief is currently looking for grant money to purchase the system. That could cut their response time to shots fired calls in half. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thanks to Gary and to the chief for bringing up those updates. A Schuylkill County man will be heading to court after waiving his right to a preliminary hearing. 22-year-old Alec Jackson was charged by state police in Frackville for robbing the Brown Bag convenience store on Barnesville Drive December 27th. He allegedly entered the store, showed a knife, and took money from the cash register before fleeing the scene. He's now charged with robbery, terroristic threats, simple assault, among other charges. He's at the Schuylkill County Prison where he's being held $50,000 straight cash bail. A Barnesville man must pay restitution to a Walmart store in St. Clair for stealing from it 3 times in less than a year. 35-year-old Brandon Snyder will also be serving 6 to 23 months in prison after he pled guilty yesterday to the thefts. Police in St. Clair charged him with stealing over $800 worth of merchandise in 3 separate occasions from the Walmart store on Terry Rich Boulevard. He must also pay $300 in fines and submit a DNA sample to authorities. A local contractor is facing charges for taking money for a project that he never did the work for. 41-year-old Don Wallach of McAdoo was allegedly paid over $500 in down payment to work on a resident's house last March. The check was cashed, but the services never performed. He was previously charged by police in Freeland for similar incidents. Wallach faces new charges of deceptive or fraudulent business practices, theft by deception, home improvement fraud, and receiving stolen property. Someone in the Wilkes-Barre Township area is pretending to be a police officer, and authorities are warning residents to be on alert. Wilkes-Barre Township Police say the person is driving a 2011 Ford Taurus with tinted windows, black rims, a vanity plate, and lights that flash amber and white. If you're being pulled over by someone who you believe may not be the actual police officers, reduce your speed, turn on your hazard lights, then dial 911. Ask the 911 operator to confirm that you are being pulled over by an actual police officer, and do not pull over until you receive the confirmation. Authorities also say watch out for those flashing lights. All police vehicles must have at least one red flashing light on it. The Greater Hazleton Joint Sewer Authority has just received millions of dollars in funding for its sewer project. The announcement made today by State Representatives Tara Toohill and Gerald Mullery and State Senator John Udechak. The authority will be getting $11.4 million from the Pennsylvania Infrastructure Investment Authority. It will get a grant in the amount of $8.9 million and a low-interest loan for $2.4 million. It will all be used to finish the sewage sludge incinerator project, which will provide long-term disposal for the authority's sewage sludge. It's estimated around 300 jobs will be created throughout that project. Coming up on WYLN News, one state representative visiting with constituents in Salem Township today, plus a state senator visits Nescopec State Park to celebrate expanding trails. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Cloudy overnight, some snow developing, could leave an inch by the morning, the overnight low 15. That could be a snowy start that could impact the morning commute, and it may leave Punxsutawney Phil to predict an early spring. That'd be nice. Partly cloudy, the high 18. Saturday sunny and the high 29. We're watching a storm for Sunday into Monday. We'll be right back.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
A new trail is underway in northeastern Pennsylvania thanks to the Wolf administration's recent investment. Our Julia Wiegand has the story.
The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, along with the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor, celebrated the Wolf administration's recent investment to support a new section of the trail.
What we hope to accomplish is connect all those great small communities and mid-sized cities, connect them to the great outdoors of northeastern Pennsylvania. We have some of the best scenery, some of the best outdoor activities in terms of our rivers and streams and our lakes. The DNL is about connecting all of those quality of life amenities, connecting all of those communities, connecting all of those people, connecting it to commerce, connecting it to conservation and environmental protection here. The DNL is the shining star of our trail system in Pennsylvania, in the entire Commonwealth.
The $84,000 grant covers design work for the development of an estimated 4.7 miles of the 165-mile DNL Trail. The trail will cross through 2 major state parks, Lehigh Gorge and Delaware Canal, going into Washington Crossing. In other words, the mountaintop trailhead in Fairview Township to East Northampton Street in Laurel Run Borough.
In doing so, it'll create an incredible asset that'll attract tourism, that'll allow people to have a close-to-home, healthy experience, that'll attract economic development, that'll attract quality of life for the area. So the value of this trail is actually its size. And what we found when we surveyed Pennsylvanians is they want a trail close to home. So for the people of this community, this brings an incredible trail right to their back door.
Heritage tourism is important to Pennsylvania, generating thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in economic impact. Patagonia is making its way to northeastern Pennsylvania, creating over 3,000 jobs.
We're creating thousands of jobs with Chewy.com, with Patagonia and Adidas. All of that eventually is going to connect to the DNL Trail.
This is a top DCNR priority, their goal for completion being in 2020. Reporting from Nescopeck State Park for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Coming up on SB's News Choice, it's First Friday in Hazleton. You can get all the details in Community and You, plus basketball tonight. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
Advertising, a student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone, go anywhere, create. And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Tom Wolf's never-ending tax hikes have hurt Pennsylvanians. Wolf's record on jobs, a disgrace. I've spent my life signing the front of paychecks. Companies create jobs, not politicians. And we'll create more paychecks by cutting big government. My plan eliminates the property tax, cuts wasteful spending, and makes government accountable to us instead of the Harrisburg insiders.
Tough, businessman, conservative. Scott Wagner for governor.
The Wiltse Center presents Chris Pavlik. sings and swings to the music of Frank Sinatra with the Cellar Dwellers Jazz Ensemble. Friday, February 9th. The box office opens at 5:30, doors open at 6, and the show begins at 6:30. Tickets are $5 for students, $10 for adults. Tickets can also be purchased at Boscov's at the Laurel Mall. Don't miss Chris Pavlik sings and swings to the music of Frank Sinatra.
Welcome to Community and You here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Perrin. I'm very pleased to have with me Krista Snyder, the Executive Director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress. We are talking about the first Friday of 2018, and of course, February 2nd, which is the first Friday of February, which is tomorrow. And we're getting ready for some Valentine's Day kind of features a little bit.
It's a Valentine's Day themed schedule. So people that are participating could take a date. It's a great date night. It's an opportunity to either, get your picture taken. There's a couples photo booth that's going to be set up at the Sage Exchange, and there's a professional photographer that'll be there to snap some photos. So you could do that. Then you could go to Brandon's Forever Home, listen to Chris Pavlik sing Sinatra. He's previewing his songs for the following week when he's presenting at the Wiltsey, or performing at the Wiltsey. And then they also have at Brandon's, you could pick up a rose. Smith Floral is providing roses. Anybody who stops by, you could also have wings or from Bottlenecks, and I think beer from the Cunningham Brewery.
Wow, so a lot going on at Brandon's house.
Yeah.
And a lot going on all around. And plus, not only could you do that, you get your photo taken with your loved one and head up to Brandon's Forever Home for some fun there. But also, if you are more into dancing, there's something for you. And you and I, we've determined we're not up for that.
It wouldn't be for us. But anybody who ever wanted to try ballroom dancing, Facets of Dance is providing a free, not a free class, but a very small fee for a class for couples to do a beginner's rumba and then beginner's tango. Okay. So you could pick one, or you can do both.
Wonderful, and it's a great event to get out. If you're a dancer, and like Krista and I who have two left feet, maybe not the best thing. No. But also, again, with First Friday, we always have the art exhibits going on. So that will be going on at the
Hazleton Art League. It's an art educator exhibit. So there's 3 teachers: Lisa Ferry, Lisa Zavrick, and Lindsay Bauer, and
the 3 L's.
Yeah, and their work is going to be exhibited that night. And then, if you are interested in taking your date out for dinner, you could go to the Pines is featuring us a little Valentine's Day special. They're giving away free chocolate, Victoria's chocolates, and a free beverage to all patrons.
And that's pretty interesting. So you got your options, kind of wide options here in downtown Hazleton on First Friday.
Right, and Frankie's is all you can eat crabs, so you could go there for some seafood if that's your liking. So yeah, a lot of good, I mean, it's a cold month, so it's hard to really plan. You can't plan any outdoor events, but this is nice. It's a nice theme. Bring your date or anybody, your mom, and have a nice evening out.
This is great. We're starting to really kick off of what we're going to see for the next year here with First Fridays going on, and there's always a chance for some more events. So if there's an organization out there, they want to get a hold of you and say, hey, listen, we have something going on in March or April or May. There's still time for them to get involved.
March we're playing an Irish-themed event. Charles McElwee is going to be doing another historical tour of Donegal Hill, so that's on tap. We also have AYE with the Art Youth Expo, the Art League's planning their event already for April. May, Art at the Markle. So we know basically what we're doing the rest of the year, but anybody who wants to participate, please give us a call.
And also, what you mentioned in the flyer when sending everything out, that Hazleton Power is going to be looking at hosting a they're coming up.
Yeah, starting in March, every first Friday. They'll be hosting a happy hour. It'll be in a different location downtown every month, but they're looking for sponsors. They're looking for hosts. So if anybody's interested in that, they should reach out.
Wonderful, and there's a lot going on, so you have no excuse not to come out to downtown Hazleton and have a fun, whether it's in February all the way through till December. A lot going on with First Friday. And Krista, thanks for coming up and sharing all this. I don't know how you keep it all straight every month.
I don't know either, but thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And a lot going on. Of course, First Friday is tomorrow, February 2nd in downtown Hazleton. All the information has been up on your screen, so make sure you get out and have some fun. Thanks for joining us here on Community and You, everyone. We'll catch you next time on Wyln News.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. Two great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 19 minutes from Scranton, 15 minutes from Wilkes-Barre, 12 minutes from Old Forge, 18 minutes from Mountaintop, and 28 minutes from Berwick. Barber Ford in Exeter and Barber Ford in Hazleton. Start your new car search today at barberautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
Ford Blooms is now open, 668 North Hunter Highway in Drums. Tuesdays happy hour from 5 until 8 in the bar area. Every Wednesday from 6 until 10 is martini night in the piano room. Sip and savor, Thursday from 5 until 8 in the bar. And don't forget about Sunday brunch. That's Ford Blooms in Drums.
Modern Therapeutic staff take pride in providing quality care in a professional setting. In-home care for homebound patients and provide free transportation to and from our location. Modern Therapeutics, 1109 West 15th Street, Hazleton.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Pennsylvania State Representative Tara Toohill made a visit to Salem Township today to speak about school property taxes. Concerns were expressed about losing homes from struggling with school property taxes being very high. However, everyone in the room was for total elimination of school property taxes. There was support for having schools funded by a joint taxation of personal income tax and sales tax instead.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go quick and file amendments, like if I wanted to change the bill at all. So reasons to be against it. But it moves from 203, like so that the public would have notice, you know, that you'd be able to travel from Philadelphia, like in...
As their representative, I can't truly represent them unless I'm hearing their voice. And today it was very loud and resounding. I mean, everyone in the room was agreeing on total elimination. We do have some bills. That's House Bill 76 and Senate Bill 76 with Senator Argel. He works on that legislation as well over on the Senate side. And it's just important for people to reach out so that this is the #1 issue and we can continue to fight on this issue and speak up for people that are senior citizens. They're 85 years old, they're on fixed income, Social Security, and it's so unfair to them for them to have to struggle the way they do and to be losing their homes.
A rent rebate program is available for relief. If you are in the mood for a good laugh, the Teachers Only Comedy Tour comes to Wilkes-Barre tomorrow night. Eddie B. is an educator whose popularity skyrocketed because of his hilarious teacher comedy YouTube videos. He's been teaching for 11 years and performing stand-up comedy routines since 2008. His tour comes to the FM Kirby Center on Friday, February 2nd at 8 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Tickets $35 to $65. You can get them online at kirbycenter.org or by calling the box office at 570-826-1100. We would like to remind everyone the 40th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon is coming up Saturday, February 24th at its newest location, which is right here at the Wyln studios from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. This year's theme, 40 years of giving so many can go on living. The day features live music, entertainment, some very familiar faces from Wyln, bake sales, tricky trays, and a free health fair. The public is encouraged to stop by and take part in this very important event. The phone banks will also be open so viewers can call in and make a pledge. Wyln will be broadcasting live from our studios all day, so if you can't be here in person, be sure to tune in for all of the coverage. And again, if you'd like to make a donation, you can call 570-459-1212. Mark it down, 11 a.m. Saturday, February 24th. Tonight, the Wyln sports team is on the road in Mountaintop. Wyln Sports presenting the Berwick Bulldogs. They're taking on the Crestwood Comets. The boys will be on the hardwood at 7:30. Wyln bringing you all the action. Be sure to join Marty Burns and Joe DeMelfi for all the action. Again, the game on your TV screens tonight, 7:30 here and only here on Wyln TV. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln News.
The Wiltsey Center presents Chris Pavlik Sings and Swings to the music of Frank Sinatra with the Cellar Dwellers Jazz Ensemble. Friday, February 9th. The box office opens at 5:30, doors open at 6, and the show begins at 6:30. Tickets are $5 for students, $10 for adults. Tickets can also be purchased at Boscov's at the Laurel Mall. Don't miss Chris Pavlik Sings and Swings to the music of Frank Sinatra.
Valmont Auto Sales. Buy here, pay here with a good selection of clean pre-owned vehicles. Use your tax return and make small weekly payments to fit your budget. Valmont Auto Sales, 34 Susquehanna Boulevard, West Hazelton, 570-501-2626.
ETA Benefits is a full-service independent insurance agency and employee benefits advisory firm proud to serve Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania since 1999. Call 570-669-5050 or go online to etabenefits.com.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
WYLN TV35 and the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 40th Annual Telethon, 40 years of giving so many can go on living. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 24th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the WYLN Studios, 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors.